As the sun dipped below the horizon, Mark, Linda, and Rick set up their campsite deep in the woods of Pine Hollow. They chose the secluded spot for its rumored beauty, far away from the hustle and bustle of the city. However, an unsettling quiet hung in the air, as if the forest was aware of their presence. That night, gathered around the crackling campfire, Mark began to tell a local legend about a lost hiker whose cries could still be heard in the woods. Linda chuckled nervously, while Rick remained unusually silent. When a distant, mournful cry pierced the stillness, Linda's laughter faded, replaced by a chill running down her spine. "What was that?" she whispered, glancing at Mark. "It's probably just a wolf," he replied, though uncertainty crept into his voice. But Rick, his face pale, suggested they investigate. Despite their fears, curiosity propelled them deeper into the woods. As they walked, the cries grew louder, echoing, pleading, "Help me," it called, sending chills through Linda. When they reached a clearing, they discovered a dilapidated cabin, its broken windows casting eerie shadows. "Hello," Mark called, but the cries intensified. Suddenly, a disheveled man stumbled out, wild-eyed and desperate. "Help me," he gasped, pointing back toward the trees. "The forest, it takes people." Fear surged through them, but before they could react, shadows began to swirl around them. The trees whispered secrets, and the man's terror grew. "You must leave now." They turned to run, but the forest felt alive, shifting like a living maze. Mark's flashlight flickered, and Rick shouted, "Where's the cabin?" It had vanished, replaced by a thick wall of trees. "Keep moving," Linda urged, but the cries enveloped them, a cacophony of despair. The man's voice echoed from the shadows, now deeper and more sinister. "Once you enter the forest, it decides who stays and who goes." Panic consumed them as the woods closed in, roots twisting around their feet. One by one, they stumbled, the darkness pulling at them. Linda's heart raced as she turned back, only to see Rick and Mark disappearing into the shadows. "No," she screamed, but the forest swallowed their cries. In a heartbeat, silence returned, leaving her alone. As dawn broke, a new group of campers arrived, blissfully unaware of the sinister forest that watched and waited. But in the depths of Pine Hollow, the whispers of lost souls lingered, echoing through the trees, ready to ensnare the next unsuspecting visitors.